In a quiet village, there lived a young man named Arjun. To others, he seemed lazy and a procrastinator, but deep inside, silent dreams were taking root. Arjun wasn't weak or foolish. His real battle was with himself. He lived by a single phrase, "I'll do it tomorrow." While he waited for tomorrow, dust settled on his books, his room stayed a mess, and his dreams remained distant. He wanted to shine, but every day he pushed his own future one step further away. His grades in school began to fall, and with them, so did his confidence. At night, he would often gaze at the stars and whisper to himself, "Why do I feel so stuck? Why can't I change?" But no answer ever came. One evening, his mother looked at him with sadness in her eyes and said, "Son, time waits for no one. Every wasted day is like a heavy stone you place on your own shoulders. If you don't change now, that weight will eventually crush you." Arjun simply smiled and ignored her words. What difference can one day make, he thought. But destiny had another plan for him. In the same village lived a wise old man known by all as Rishi Ji. Desperate for a solution, Arjun's father took him to meet this teacher. Rishi Ji looked at Arjun and said calmly, "So, you are the boy who waits for tomorrow." Arjun felt a wave of embarrassment. Rishi Ji gave him a peculiar task. He handed Arjun an empty glass jar and a small basket of pebbles. Every morning, he instructed, complete the most important task of your day. Once it's done, place one pebble into this jar. If you skip the task, the jar remains empty for that day. Come back to me in 1 month. The task seemed simple, but on the first day, Arjun felt the heavy pull of his old laziness. Still, he forced himself to study for an hour and then dropped the first pebble into the jar. The clink of the pebble was a small sound, but it filled him with an unusual sense of happiness. The next day, he completed another task and added another pebble. Day by day, the pebbles began to collect. Some days he failed, and the jar remained untouched, but he would try again the next morning. Slowly, the jar began to fill, and with it, Arjun's heart filled with a sense of pride. After 30 days, he returned to Rishiji with the jar. Inside, there were 22 pebbles. Arjun lowered his head and said, "Master, I couldn't fill it completely." Rishiji smiled and replied, "My boy, don't look at what you failed to do. Look at what you accomplished. Before this, you had 0 pebbles, 0 discipline. Now you have 22 days of victory. This is the power of small habits. 1 pebble a day might seem like nothing, but together they can build a mountain." Those words ignited a fire in Arjun's heart. From that day on, he took small habits seriously. He woke up at the same time every day. He read for an hour. Slowly his memory improved and his grades began to climb. 1 year later, Arjun was completely transformed. He had built habits that gave him discipline and focus. With this new version of himself, he started a small online business from his village, selling handmade crafts. Day by day, his efforts grew, just like the pebbles in his jar. People were drawn to his honesty and hard work. The lazy boy was lazy no more. He had learned that small daily habits are more powerful than talent, stronger than luck, and even mightier than intelligence. My friend, this story isn't just about Arjun, it's about all of us. Maybe you also push your dreams to tomorrow, but remember, tomorrow never comes. Your future will only change when you decide to change today. Your new life can begin with just one small habit. Choose your habit today.